Perfect. All right, there we are. I'm going to mute you all, but I'm going to unmute yourself. Excuse me, I actually muted myself. I meant to mute you guys. But yeah, you can unmute yourself if you have any questions or anything. We are going to do full body. We're going to focus a little bit more on the legs because we had the extra leg workout this week. For those of you who did today's, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But let's start. We're going to start at the top of the body. Let's start with our neck. So what we're going to do is take our right hand, going to flip it up and over, putting it on the left side of our head. Once we're there, I want you to take that left hand and push it down. Hi, Liz. We just started. Hi, Coach Kyle. We just started, so we're going to be doing some neck stretches. So again, we're going to take, just to recap, we're going to take our right hand, flip it up and over, put it on the side of our head. We're going to take the palm and we're going to push to the ground. So we should be feeling the stretch from our earlobe to the top of our shoulder. Start my timer because I forgot to do that. We'll never be on time. Just get lost in the stretches. I'm gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. Okay, now we're gonna bring it back up to center. You can shake it out. We're gonna do the opposite side. So we're gonna take that left hand, we're gonna bring it up and over, placing it on the right side of our head. We're not putting any weight. We're just using it as a guide. Then we're gonna take that right hand and push to the ground. So again, we're feeling the stretch from our neck, earlobe, down our neck to the top of our shoulder. Really try to push down, feeling that stretch. Take some nice deep breaths. Deep breaths should be about 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Really telling the body to relax. Hold this for another 10 seconds. We're going to slowly bring ourselves back up to center. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this next one. What I want you to do is I want you to take both your hands. You're going to put them up and over to the back of your head. Ladies, I want you to put your hands where your ponytails are. Gentlemen, the bottom of the scalp. So what you're going to do is bring your hands up and over. I want you to see how my elbows are. They're nice and straight out in front of me. They're not wide. So bring them in. And then you want to bring your chin to the ground. Now I'm going to turn front so you can see me. See how my elbows are still in. They're not out here. Bring them in and your chin to your chest. Great job, everyone. Nice form. Yeah, really try to bring that chin. You should be feeling this in the top of the neck, down to the top of the back, the shoulders, that whole area here. Gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. Okay, slowly bring your arms back down. You can shake it out. What we're gonna do is we're still gonna work the shoulder and the chest area. We're gonna swim up. So I want you to reach up and over. So you'll be reaching, you'll feel this in the shoulder, the underneath, and down the traps, and even in your obliques. I really want you to stretch in front of you. So we'll just go side to side. Really feeling that stretch, keeping those hips straight in front of you. Really stretching out those shoulders. Do this for another 20 seconds. Really, really try to reach, extend that reach, push yourselves. Another 5 seconds. Okay, we're gonna work some triceps. You can wiggle that out. Come back to center. Let's reset ourselves. So what we're gonna do is we'll start with the right side. We're gonna take our right hand, bring it up and over. I'm gonna turn around so you can see where my hand is. It's in the center of my back. I don't want it over here. I don't want it back here. So you're gonna bring it to the center of your back. Once you're there, I want you to take your left hand, bring it up to your elbow and cup it. Once you have that position, I want you to push your elbow down. I'm going to turn around so you can see. See how my hand is still in the center of my back. That's where I want you to be. I don't want you to push it over here. Really focus on keeping it in the center of your back. You should feel this in the triceps. You should feel this down to the lats, depending on how much pressure you're applying and how flexible you are. So let's hold that stretch. Take some nice deep breaths. Nice job, everyone. I'm gonna hold this for another 10 seconds before we switch and do the other side. Okay, slowly bring your arms down. Want to reset yourself. Now we're gonna take the left hand, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna bring it up and over, keeping it in the center of our back. Once we're there, we're gonna take the right hand, bring it up to the elbow. We're gonna cup the elbow, and then we're gonna apply pressure, keeping the hand still in the center of the back. Making sure you're feeling this down the triceps, maybe even into your lats, depending on how flexible and how far you can push. Take some nice deep breaths. Really feel the stretch. Another 10 seconds. And slowly bring your arms back down. Wiggle it out. Now we're going to take our right hand, we're going to bring it across our chest. We're going to take our left hand, we're going to cup it up. One thing I want you to remember in this stretch, we're not applying pressure to the elbow. So we're either going to be on our forearm or we're going to be on the opposite side on our bicep and tricep. So from there, I want you to really try to close your chest and really open the back, get those shoulder blades. You should be feeling this in your deltoids, which is here, stretching that area out. Especially after yesterday, I can actually feel this in my armpits. So you may feel the stretch there from all those push-ups, chest press, stuff, all the fun stuff we did yesterday. Nice job, everyone. Hold this for about another 10 seconds before we switch sides. Okay, you can slowly reset your hands, come back down before we set. Now we're going to take that left hand, we're going to bring it across. Then we're going to take the right hand and bring it up. Again, remembering I'm not applying pressure to the elbow, but before it or behind it. Once you're in the stretch, really try to open up those shoulders, the back, really try to get that stretch. Really trying to push those shoulder blades apart. Great job. I'm going to hold this for another 10 seconds. Slowly bring your arms back down. So this next one, we're gonna really open up the chest. I'm gonna show you 2 ways you can do it. The first way, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our hands, we're gonna clasp them together. I'll turn around so you can see. Once your hands are clasped together, I want you to try to bring your elbows together, really opening your chest. This is the modified. If you wanted to do a little bit of a higher intensity or you're more flexible, what you want to do is you want to take your hand and grab your bicep. If you can, once you're there, I want you to really try to push your shoulder blades together. Doesn't matter which way you do this stretch, you're getting the same stretch, whether you want your hands together and pushing your elbows or you're grabbing your biceps. So whatever level of flexibility you're at, that's the stretch I want you to be in. Great job, everyone. Really try to put those elbows together. If you're clasping your hands like I am, or really try to put your shoulder blades together if you're grabbing your bicep. I'm gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. Slowly release down. I'm gonna turn sideways for this next stretch. What I want you to do is I want your feet to be shoulder width apart. I want your hips to be in line with your knees, and I want your shoulders, so I want you in a straight line. I want you to take your hands and clasp them together. I want you to flip them inside out and push. Really want you to try to separate the shoulder blades. But one thing I want you to notice is see how tall I'm standing. I'm not hunched over. We're trying to stretch the top of the back. So that's why I want you to keep your shoulders in line with your hips all the way down to the ground. I really want you to try to push those shoulder blades apart, really stretching out the upper back. Hold that stretch. Great job, everyone. Hold this for another 10 seconds. You can slowly unroll your hands, bring them back. Let's do some shoulder circles because I'm still a little tight up here, which I'm sure you guys are as well. So let's really try to loosen this up. Then we'll go to our obliques, and then we'll put some focus on some legs. So what I want you to do is shoulder width apart. I want your feet spread, shoulder width apart. Then I want you to take your hands and I want you to slide them by your hips. I want nice full circles. Doesn't matter which way you start, you can do, we're gonna do both directions. So wherever you, if you wanna bring them from the back to the front, that's completely fine. But I want them full. I want you going right past your hips, your thighs, coming all the way up and down, nice and slow. So whatever direction you'd like to go, let's get into that one. Nice and full. I'm gonna do this direction for about 10 to 15 seconds and then we'll reverse it. Really, really trying to get those shoulders stretched out. Okay, once we come down to the thighs and the hips, we're gonna start the reverse direction. Make sure they're nice and full. Coming all the way down. Going all the way up. Another 5 seconds. Okay, let's wiggle it out. I'm gonna leave our shoulders and upper body alone for a little while. So we're gonna do a a nice oblique stretch. What I want you to do is have a nice wide stance outside of shoulder width. What I want you to do is keep your hips facing frontwards. I want you to take your left hand, we're gonna go up and over, and I want your right hand, if you notice, I want you to have it go down your leg as far as you can. Try to get to your ankle if you can, without bending forward. I want you to really stretch the oblique in the lat area. So I want you to really keep your hips forward and slide down. And once you're there, I want you to hold it for 2 seconds and then come back up to reset. And then we're gonna go to the other side. Go down as far as you can. Gonna hold for 2 seconds, and then we're going to come up. Really keeping the glutes tight so that you're not pushing them out. Holding everything forward. So you're really getting the stretch in the obliques. Should be feeling it from your armpit down to your hips. And again, once you're at your depth, I want you to hold it for 2 seconds and then come back up. Two, and coming back up. Always focusing on your breathing, taking nice deep breaths. I'm sorry, my dog is going crazy. She barks at everything and anything that walks by. I'm gonna do this for another 5 seconds. And let's come back up to center. Now we're gonna do a hip stretch. What I want you to do, you may need to hold on to the wall for this, whatever your level of flexibility and balance is. I'm gonna hold on right here. What I want you to do is I want you to come up and out and down. Then I want you to come back to the center. And I want you to do the opposite, up and out and down, and then come back. So you're stretching the hips at this point. So if you have 2 spots on the wall where you can hold, or if you have nice balance, that's perfectly fine. But I want you to really, really try to stretch out the hip flexors, out and down. Come back to center. Up, out, and down. And we're doing each side, so we're doing 1 and 1. Up, out, and down. Straight up, out, and down. Come back to the center. Come up, out, and down. I'm gonna do this for another 10 seconds. Up, out, down. Up, and out, and down. Nice job. Good job, Paula. That's good form. Up, out, and down. You really want to stretch out. Go up, out, and down. Another 5 seconds. Kyle, I think your dog wants to do this too. Okay, let's come back to center. So now we're going to do a quad stretch before we take it to the ground and do some legs. So if you have a wall or a table, feel free to use it. What I want you to do is put your foot in your hand. Once you're there, I want you to put your heel as close to your glute as you can. Once you're there, I don't want you out like this. I want you to bring your knees together. So you can put your arm out here, put it on your waist, wherever your level of balance is, or you can touch the wall. See, I'm talking, so I'm losing my balance. Put your arms straight out, focus on your breathing, but really try to keep those knees together. Your heel should be almost touching your glute if you can. And take some nice deep breaths. I'm gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. Then we're gonna switch sides. Then we're gonna go stretch some glutes. Okay, you can slowly and controlled put your leg down. I'm gonna switch sides. Now you're gonna bring the opposite leg up, put your foot in your hand. Once you're there, you're gonna bring your heel as close to your glute as you can and close your knees. Put your arm out for balance. You can put it, touch a wall, a table, put it on your hip, wherever you have your balance. Focus on your breathing. Hold this for another 15 seconds. Okay, you can slow and controlled, put your foot down. Once we're there, we can take a seat. I'm gonna stretch the glutes to start. So I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see. So what I want you to do is extend your legs. I want you to take your right leg and bend it and put your foot on your quad. Once you're there, I want you to take that left leg and I want you to bend it. What I want you to notice is, see how my back arms are bent right now? I want you to push yourself up. So have a nice tall back. You should be feeling this in the glute of the bent leg. So in my case, it's my right. But I don't want your arms bent because you won't be getting the deep stretch. So really try to push yourself up, nice and tall. Take some nice deep breaths. Hold this for another 10 seconds. And slowly push that left leg out, or whatever leg you had bent. Now you want to uncross your legs. So now I'm going to take my left leg and cross it over, putting my foot on my quad. Once I'm there, I want to bend my right leg. And as you can see, again, my back arms are bent. So to deepen the stretch, I'm going to push myself up. Again, you should be feeling this stretching of the glute in the bent leg, the one that's on the quad. So in this case, for me, it's on my left. I'm going to hold this for another 15 seconds. You can slowly walk that leg out. You can uncross it. Now what I want you to do is we're going to do a lower back stretch. I want you to take your right leg, put it straight up. And I want you to cross it over your leg so you're sitting this direction. So I want your heel should be, your right heel should be close to your left glute. Once you're there, I want you to take that left hand, put it over your right knee, and look behind you. Let me turn sideways so you can see. So we're cross, over, and looking behind. Stretching the lower back. Taking some nice deep breaths. We'll hold this for another 10 seconds and we're going to switch sides. Okay, come back around front. Now uncross. I'm going to flip the other direction so I'm not facing away from you guys. We're going to take our left leg, cross it over our right leg, bringing the heel as close to the glute in the upper thigh as you can. From there, taking our right arm, pushing it on the left knee and looking behind. Stretching the lower back. Take some nice deep breaths. Another 10 seconds. Okay, slowly bring yourself back to center. What I want you to do is to take both legs and extend them out directly in front of you. I want you to point your toes. So from this point, we're going to go up and over. We're going to have our hands at the top. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to go down and try to touch our toes. So everybody on the count of 3, inhale in, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go exhale down. Try to touch your toes if you can. Do not bend your knees. Try to really bring your nose to your knees. You should really feel this in your hamstrings, calf muscles. It's a good stretch. Try to pull yourself down to stretch out the back. Really just folding ourselves in half. Focus on your breathing. If you can, after you take a deep breath on your exhale, try to make the stretch a little bit more. Try to push yourself a little bit further on the exhale. I'm gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. And we're gonna bring our hands up and down. So now we're gonna take one foot. So I'm gonna bring my left foot in. I'm gonna bring the heel as close to the groin as I can. I want a nice tall back. We're gonna stretch the right leg this time. Stretch it out, point the toes. We're gonna do the same thing we just did. We're gonna bring our arms up and over. We're gonna take a nice deep breath. And on the exhale, we're gonna go down to the one side. Inhale in. And we're gonna exhale down. And try to touch your toes. Bottom of your feet if you can. If not, your shin is fine, depending on your level of flexibility. Same thing with this side. What we did in the middle is on the exhale, try to make that stretch a little bit deeper. Should really be feeling this in the hamstring. I'm gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. Take some nice deep breaths. Okay, you can slowly bring yourselves back up. We're gonna reset. Now we're gonna switch legs. So we're gonna extend the opposite leg. We're gonna bring, for me, I'm bringing my right leg in. Bringing the heel as close to the groin as you can. Having a nice tall back, pointing your toes. Again, we're gonna bring our arms up and over. We're gonna take a nice deep breath. And on the exhale, we're gonna go down. So everybody inhale in. Exhale down. One side may be more flexible than the other. That's okay. Just take some nice deep breaths. Should feel this in the hamstring of the extended leg. I'm gonna hold it for another 10 seconds. And you can slowly bring yourselves back up. We're gonna bring our hands down. And believe it or not, we're at the end of time. We're going to get into our final pose of the day, is the child's pose. So everybody, let's get all on our fours, on all fours. Want our hips to be in line with our knees, hands under our shoulders. At this point, I want you to walk your hands out, and then I want you to push your hips back, bringing your chest to the ground. We're gonna focus on taking some nice deep breaths here, really relaxing, telling the body you did it. You're stretched out, nice and relaxed. You feel like $1,000,000. Take some nice deep breaths. Let it all sink in. That we finished the week just as strong as we started it. All right, everybody, good job. How'd everybody do? How's everybody feeling?
Oh, great. Fabulous.
I think Kyle's dog wanted to do some of them. Paula, I missed your girls. Where were they? Why weren't they here today?
I don't know. They're upstairs.
Oh, good for them. Good for them.
Oh, they're driving me crazy.
Yeah, and Karen had no friends. Jeez, everybody, where is everybody today? That's all right. That's all right. How's everybody feel?
Fabulous.
Good.
Really
good.
good.
Good. So
Thank
just
you,
a couple of
Jess.
things. You're very welcome. Monday we have Ask Nina Anything at 6:30. Don't forget that. Super cool. If you have any questions about the challenge or just questions about anything, she's super knowledgeable. So make sure you tune in for that Monday at 6:30. Tomorrow we have our 10:30 workout. And it should be beautiful this weekend. So make sure you guys get out and enjoy. Take a walk, enjoy the nice weather, the sun. It's supposed to rain, but it was supposed to rain yesterday and it never did. So I'm gonna go with that. It's not gonna rain. So, all right, everybody, enjoy the day. It's nice to see
Okay,
you.
you too.
And I will
Have
see you guys.
fun.
I'll see you Tuesday. Don't forget.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Thank you.